Join me today as we talk about GenCon 2024 Day 3. This is the Geek Cabal channel. My name is Bobby, and we're going to be talking about Day 3 of GenCon 2024. I'm recording this on the Monday after GenCon. Chad and myself did record videos for Days 3 and 4 and like a kind of a wrap-up. However, something must have occurred with the audio because it's pretty well unsalvageable. For Day 3, apparently my microphone just stopped about 5 minutes in, and if I can go in and edit to isolate just my audio, but the problem is they're combined, so it's one single file. If I could do that, and I'm going to try to, then I might be able to salvage that video, and if I do, I'll put it back up. 4 is probably a total loss. I don't know what happened there. There's some kind of interference, and we were in the van at the time, so it's possible something else is transmitting and interfering. And likewise, we had a similar problem with the video on the ride up there, which we also recorded, and which sucks because they're lengthy videos that I was hoping to put up, but if I can somehow salvage them, I will, but I wouldn't expect it. So, Chad and I live a little distance apart here, and since this is kind of a timing is important thing, I'm just going to go ahead and record some new videos here. And if I can get Chad, if I can get to him and we can record something together again, we will for like a follow-up, get his thoughts on everything. So, anyway, Day 3, which would have been Saturday. Started off kind of late. I overslept, and by the time we were ready to go, my friend Chris had decided he probably wasn't going back down there, but Saturday's the day we usually go eat at Fogo, the Brazilian steakhouse. I'm sure we've mentioned several times in these videos. And our reservations were for noon. I thought they were for 2. So by the time I was ready to leave, it was going to be about 10 minutes before Chris was going to be leaving to head down there anyway. And he offered to come pick us up, so we didn't drive separate. We just went straight to Fogo, completely gorged ourselves, and then went to the convention center and had about an hour and a half or so in the dealer's hall, which is where Brian, our fan from Boston who met up with us here at the convention, he was there. We went around and did a few things. He, let's see... This is before he was able to do the BattleTech pods. The big highlight for me was getting my copy of the new DragonLance book signed by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. That took a little bit longer than expected. And so after that, I didn't have really any time before I had to get to the costume contest, because they seat people by, if you have a ticket, you get in, you have priority for seating. But there is a cutoff point where they're like, all right, time to let in everyone else that wants in, because we still have free seats because people got tickets and didn't cancel them. So Chad and I watched the costume contest. Impressive as usual. We have some pictures. I don't know if we have any video. I think it's all pictures, so we'll put them in a montage. Depending on how many I've got, because I've still got to look through what I've got and what Chad has, and I might just do a separate costume contest picture montage and then put it in the general GenCon picture montage. We'll just have to see how that works out in editing. But one way or another, that will be up, and hopefully, within a week or so, because I've been trying to spread out our videos, so I'm not just pumping them out constantly. And because of all the various ways I want to break down the stuff for GenCon, there's going to be days here where we might have 2 videos or 3 videos a day. I've got some shorts that are going up, some reels if you're on Facebook. The reels and the shorts are basically the same. And I'll probably post all the photos on Facebook and various posts, and probably to Twitter. So anyway, yeah, so that was pretty much the highlights of Day 3. And I don't know that I picked up anything in the dealer's hall. Well, yeah, I did. I bought 3 more novels for BattleTech because they were buy 2 get 1 free, and I bought some more dice for BattleTech, and I'm gonna make it. Like I said, it's a lot of content. I'm gonna be making a video off of like the here's everything I bought, and then the here's just the BattleTech stuff I bought because it's a large portion of it, and then also each of the BattleTech things I'll probably be doing reviews of them as I go through them. Now I got 6 novels. That's gonna take a while to read those. Plus, I also got the DragonLance novel, and that will probably actually be the next book I read. So, anyway, so look out for those reviews coming as I read the books. But I will try here in the next week to 2 weeks to get all of the GenCon stuff filmed and up, because weeks and weeks later, interest isn't quite there. So, yeah, so we left to go with Chris to go check out some comics at a guy's place and wheel and deal and trade him some Legos, and I picked up a couple of Marvel Legends figures. I did not make it back down to videotape the destruction of Card Halla this year, and but Brian did get me a few pictures from just before the destruction, so thank you, Brian. And yeah, so that's pretty much all of day 3. Chad went to a few seminars. If I can get him on video, I'll have him talk more about those, because he obviously knows a lot more about them than I do, because he was the one that went. So that's pretty much it for day 3. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this video off here, because it's pretty short. Day 4 is going to be a separate video, and I'll probably add the wrap up to that video, just because day 4 itself is also going to be fairly short. So anyway, check out our other Gen Con videos, and be on the lookout for, like I said, the picture and short video montages I'm going to have coming up. So here over the next week, 2 weeks, depending on how many videos how many I break it down into and how many I put out in a day, we'll see what we got. So anyway, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know down in the comments if you went to Gen Con, if you got any questions about Gen Con, or any of the things I mentioned. Sorry I don't have the visual aids, because obviously this is a car video. But anyway, thank you folks for watching, and we will see you folks later.